Hey there, friend. Chances are, if you're listening to the Inventory Genius podcast, it's because, well, you really want to become an inventory genius. If that's you, then let's stop just listening. Let's stop just collecting information. Let's start doing. I want to invite you to grab your copy of the Inventory Genius book. I wrote this book with you in mind. It delivers bite-sized actionable steps that will help you use your inventory to create more profit and keep more cash in your business. This is a really easy to read book. In fact, I designed it specifically for the busy inventory-based business owner. It only takes about 2 hours to make your way through, and you're going to leave with practical bite-sized steps so you can start implementing the principles of the Inventory Genius method immediately. Head on over to Ciara, Stockeland.com, where you can grab your ebook, your Audible version, or the printed copy. Enjoy! Hey friend, welcome to the Inventory Genius podcast, where we work together here to make you an inventory genius. We talk about profit, we talk about cash flow, and we definitely talk about your paycheck. Because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. Let's go. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Inventory Genius podcast. I'm your host, Ciara, and today we're going to talk about the common denominators amongst winners. So I know that each and every one of you wants to be a winner in your business, or else why would you be here? You want to win, meaning you want to define your success, and then you want to go out and accomplish that success. I know you do. And so today we're going to talk about the common denominators that I've seen amongst those that win. Now, when I'm talking about those that win, I'm really talking about those business owners, those business leaders who are not willing to settle for mediocre. They are not willing to settle for the mundane or just getting by. These are business owners who see a problem and decide that they will solve that problem, that they take success into their own hands, that they take accountability for their wins and their losses. These are the winners in business. And I have seen them through the coaching and consulting that I do, working with clients that win and observing what those denominators are. I've seen those winners in other businesses. When I was in the franchising space, I was surrounded by winners a lot. These were men and women who had built phenomenal businesses and who had taken those businesses either through franchising or other means and expanded them. And these were people that I wanted to be. These are the types of business owners that we see, and we are inspired by what they do and what they've accomplished. So what are the common denominators? What are the things that I've observed over the past 2 decades of being in small business? And how can we grab onto those common denominators and make them a part of our person? So the first thing that I've noticed is that winners are committed to winning. They're not interested in winning. They're committed to it. And there's a difference between those two. Those that are interested in winning are, multiple places, multiple people, many business owners, many people in small business are interested in winning. They want to get ahead. They want to get out of debt. They want to take a paycheck. They want to provide for their family or expand their business. They're interested in it. But winners are committed to winning. And the difference there is that they will do what it takes, whether comfortable or not, whether convenient or not, to get to that finish line. Those that are winners, as we see them, are committed to doing whatever it takes to get the job done. Lots of small business owners talk about the way that they wish their business was operating. They talk about what they would love at the end of the day, how they would like to define their success. They talk about what they observe in others, and they're all interested in possibly getting there. But where they fall short so often is that they aren't willing to do the uncomfortable, inconvenient actions consistently that will produce the results they're looking for. And as I have worked with many winners and I've been surrounded by many winners in my small business journey, I've noticed that those at the top are committed to doing whatever it takes to cross the finish line and get the job done. The next common denominator that I see, the next attribute that I see amongst winners is that they're curious. Now, what does this mean? This means that they are constantly looking at how they can improve processes, systems, they're evaluating performance, they're looking curiously at the team around them, what's working in their business, what is not working in their business. When they do accomplish small wins, they're curious or interested or looking insightfully at what they did well, what their team did well. When they take a loss in their business, they're curious. They're trying to understand what went wrong, how they could do something better. Curiosity creates an inquisitive way of looking at everything around you. And for leaders that are winners, we see that they love to surround themselves with smart people, that they're not afraid to ask questions, that they're not afraid to get help. I was working with one of my clients recently, and we were talking about numbers. She's doing quite well, and we've made so much progress in the last almost year since we've been working together on accomplishing goals that she put down on paper and some that she just had in her mind. And I was asking her if she felt more comfortable today, more knowledgeable today about her numbers and her financial outlook than she did when we started. And what she said was interesting to me. She said, I feel more confident because I know that I am moving in the right direction. I know that I have a plan and I have a process, but I'm never going to be really well versed in the numbers. Numbers are never going to start coming easy for me or come easy for me. In fact, she said, you know, as much as I try to learn the numbers and the financials, this will always be a part of the business that is not necessarily interesting and is more difficult for me to lean into and understand. But I know that this is a weakness, and I'm not willing to settle and say that that's just part of how I run my business. So if it's a weakness, I need to shore up that weakness with help. And so that's why she hired me. And she went on to say, I do that in my business. And that's why my business is successful, because I'm committed to doing whatever it takes, to investing where I need to invest, to adding to my team where I need to add, to being honest with myself where I have shortcomings. I remain curious about what I need to be focusing on, where those gaps are, and then I work to fill those. I work to bring on and shore up those areas where I have a weakness or there's a lack of understanding. And so that curiosity that she has with where there's gaps that she needs to fill, where she has shortcomings, that humble curiosity is what has allowed her to be a winner. The third common attribute or denominator amongst winners, as I see it, is their decisiveness. So many small businesses fail because of indecisive behavior. Because when it gets down to the wire and we have to do the hard things, so many times we cannot make a decision. We're paralyzed with fear, uncertainty, because we don't know what it's going to look like on the other side, and we fail to make a decision. Winners teach themselves to be decisive. Now, sometimes we'll make the wrong decision. Sometimes in our decisiveness, we may go the wrong direction, but that's so much better than staying stuck. That's so much better than missing opportunity because we can't decide, because we can't say yes or no, because we can't edit out something in our day, in our life, in our business, in our product. Being decisive is such an important factor when it comes to winning. When you are at a crossroads as a leader, you have to learn how to decide and how to decide quickly. So being committed to doing whatever it takes, even if it's inconvenient and uncomfortable, remaining curious about what's working, what's not working, where your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, and where you need to shore up. And then teaching yourself to be decisive, to make decisions with the information that you have, but make decisions and move forward. Those are the common denominators amongst winners. I want you to be a winner. So I want you to think about those three things. Am I committed to the outcome? Am I committed to crossing the finish line of my business, whatever that might look like, however I've defined that? Am I curious? Do I feel like I know it all? Or can I come to my business every day with a humble curiosity of what I can do better, what I've done well, where my gaps are, what my strengths are, and what those weaknesses are? And am I decisive? Is this an area that I need to work on? Do I need to learn to make better and quicker decisions? Am I a good decision maker in my business? Or do I waffle? Do I go back and forth? Do I back down when a decision has to be made? Am I a leader that's decisive? And then of those three attributes, remain curious about those. Which of those you can improve upon and lean into that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.
Hey friend, thank you so much for tuning in today to the Inventory Genius podcast. If there's something that you heard today on the podcast episode and you want to dig deeper into becoming an inventory genius yourself, I want to invite you to head on over to my website, ciarastockeland.com, where I have multiple ways that you and I can work together on your inventory. I want to help you with your profit, your cash flow, and your paycheck, because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. So head on over to the website, connect with me. I'll work with you soon. See you then.
Hey there, friend. I want to invite you to get your Inventory Genius Toolkit today. Why is it important to have this toolkit? Well, for any project that you want to do, you have to have the right tools. And if you're in the project of business building, then the Inventory Genius Toolkit is exactly what you need. Inside the toolkit, you're going to find all of the tools you need to help you build budgets, a profit plan, and a buying budget. You're also going to receive a copy of my book, Inventory Genius, along with a one-on-one coaching call with one of my success coaches and a personalized profit audit and video created specifically for you by me. So if you haven't purchased your Inventory Genius Toolkit yet, what are you waiting for? Grab the toolkit and get to work. You can find the Inventory Genius Toolkit on my website, ciarastockeland.com. That's ciarastockeland.com.